When I started working as a loader crane operator, I was just expecting it to be another job. Now, 20 years later, it clearly has become more than that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one to think that way. To many crazy people like you and me, these machines, they clearly have something more to them. But what is it? What is it about this profession that makes people care so much about a crane? Meet Fredrik. He has been a loader crane operator for over 15 years across 8 different crane models, configurations and sizes, and is now the operator of this beautiful Palfinger PK 1350 tech. And he clearly thinks the same way. After all, Fredrik is one of the founders of Bra Barighet, which is the annual event organized by Kranbilsgruppen, which has been bringing Swedish loader crane community for over 10 years. So for the day we followed Fredrik from his yard to the 10th edition of the event with around 100 other like-minded individuals to find out more about his beast, his history, but most importantly to answer one question. What makes a loader crane operator more than a job? Let's get to the bottom of it. We started over in the brand new facilities of Team Jino over in Vediga, and from the start we could see the dedication that Fredrik and his team put into the industry. Everything was immaculate. The facilities and of course Fredrik preparing his beast for the event. Soon after, the team rolled out for the event with both of their cranes, their party van and the sofas. And over in Bra Barighet, the collective boom rising was starting. With the spectacle now complete, we sat down with Fredrik and asked him about his involvement in the whole event.
Tell us, how did it all start? You know, it was back in 2015 when the first edition started, yeah?
Yeah, it's just started with the Facebook group.
Yeah.
And we needed to have some kind of party. We always need to have a party, you know.
Because you were the generator behind the idea of collective boom rise.
Yeah.
I think it's like a signature of this event now.
Yeah, this is quite cool when we have all the crane raised up in the sky. I was thinking about maybe we could do it like all together. So we tried it once and it's really cool.
You don't see it often, and it's very rare occurrence to see that many cranes in one place at any given moment. Yeah?
So just for a second there is nothing in there, and 10 seconds later it's like a forest.
Watching more than 100 cranes rising together is an impressive sight for sure. But what makes it special isn't just the machinery, it's the people behind it. Loader cranes can often be operated alone, but none of the operators became better by operating alone. Communities like Kranbilsgruppen and events like Bra Barighet exist because operators can learn and bounce ideas from one another. But community alone doesn't explain why people dedicate themselves so much in the industry. There has to be something before it. Let's talk more about Fredrik's work, about his build, to find out more.
But it's a very rewarding job, yeah?
Yeah, the customer always, not always, but often is a little bit scary about how this is going to happen, or how we're going to fix this lift, or but that's our job, and that's the funny part of it. It's to make the customer happy and never leave a job without
unfinished, yeah?
No, never.
Every lift you do, and people say it's impossible. Like we mentioned before, when you were washing the truck.
Yeah.
You said something that you're like daredevils, yeah? You always go and sort the job out.
Yeah. When it's dark, we can do everything. No witness.
You recently was involved in building your latest build, the Palfinger PK 1350 tech.
Yes.
On the Scania chassis.
Yeah.
Is this a V8 Scania?
V8. It's the only engine you can have.
So I assume, because it's such a recent build, you don't have any improvements yet. You didn't find anything that you would have done differently.
No.
No, everything is perfect.
Yeah.
So let's show us.
Yeah, let's go.
What you're proud of, and what the bits of the crane build that you like the most.
Yeah. let's do it.
Let's talk a little bit more about the history, and I wanted to ask, what other trucks have you been driving? Which number is this your truck?
This will be the number 8 in my life.
And you worked the way up,
Yeah.
size-wise?
Yeah.
Do you remember your first crane truck?
Yes, I do. It was a Volvo FH12 2007, and it was an Effer 26, and now it's this one.
You had the only Hiab that was customized to become a 888.
Yeah.
What was the
888.
name of the, in Swedish? 888?
Trippelåttan.
Trippelåttan, yeah?
Trippelåttan.
Trippelåttan.
Yeah. What's a funny part, because unit number in that company we drove with, LBC Borås, was 888. So that was the call number of the truck.
Let's move on to the main subject of the whole conversation. You've been involved in the design of this truck from start to finish,
Yeah,
yes?
yeah.
The truck was built by the bodybuilder
BAK,
BJK, yeah?
BJK in Skurup.
Right.
It's my third truck from that company, and it's
Also, you've got a trust in them too.
they are, for me, and that kind of work I do, it's perfect.
The first thing, you've opted for this is the long time debate for
Yes.
many people in the industry. Yeah? Some people say they want one leg in front of the cabin, some people say 2 legs.
Yeah.
And you've opted for the 1 leg, and what's the reason behind it?
One leg is for me the best way to have a front leg. It's like a triangle,
Okay, yeah.
and not here and here. So if you're lifting like this, you only have pressure on that leg,
Yes.
and that leg is less pressure.
So
In my opinion.
it can twist the chassis, yeah?
Yeah, I don't really understand it, but well, I'm a truck driver,
Yeah.
crane operator. I'm not
You find it
professor.
I think you undermine yourself, because the crane operators, they know more how the crane trucks function, yeah?
Oh, but it's a 20 tons leg.
20 tons leg.
20 tons, and it's no problem to lift 100%,
Oh, you got 100% GT cap.
360 degrees. And this is good too, because when you have a big city and you have to pay road, you do like
You
this,
just do that.
and then
Even if you don't have the wide load.
Yeah.
You just...
no.
I'm joking. Is there the bit that you like the most out of your build?
It's like a rock. When you lift something, and even if you have half legs, it stands really stable.
Solid.
Yeah, and I think it's because the crane is so low, EGG foot, I guess the name is. The crane is low
The
base.
center of gravity is lower,
Yeah.
yeah?
This
Coming
is
back
Sweden.
quickly to the cab, do you spend a lot of nights away in it, or you come back home more often?
No, I have nights in the cabin.
Oh,
yes.
so you always like spending basically you're like a long distance.
Yeah, so wherever you want me to go, I go. I have everything inside here. I have microwave and cooler and everything.
Everything is self-sufficient, yeah. So you
Toilet is just put your out of the door, and almost everything is with me.
you're kind of a person that like to be away, yeah.
Yeah,
Because some people
but
like to be home.
I love my family too.
Yeah.
But
To split.
I am quite lucky, because my wife likes when I'm not at home too.
Oh, right. That's really good. That's a good combination then.
No, she is comfortable with that life. So
Yeah.
And,
Listening to Fredrik, one thing becomes very obvious. This isn't simply about operating machinery. Every lift is different, every problem requires different solution, and every successful day leaves you with a sense of achievement that's difficult to explain to anyone from the outside of the industry. But at the same time, this job can be really encapsulating. Long days, long journeys, and in my case, it wasn't rare for me to spend the week or two away in the truck. The truck naturally becomes your workplace, but it also becomes your home. Although this isn't common, after all the operators that we've spoken to over the years, they are home every day, but it can happen. And perhaps that's where something interesting begins to happen. After spending enough time around these machines, you stop thinking of them as equipment, and you start thinking of them as your own.
What kind of jobs do you normally do with your crane truck?
a lot of barracks has been over the years.
I think it's the predominant subject
Yeah,
for the loader
yeah,
cranes. Yeah, a lot
yeah.
of companies
And
do it.
containers and stuff like that. And then everything you can lift with a crane, I do.
But with this, since you joined this company, is there any difference, or more like installations?
Yeah, we have a special customer that is a refinery in Gothenburg. And we lift every kind of machinery and I don't know the word in English, but
Heat exchangers,
Yeah.
and tanks and everything.
yeah, exactly, and the pipes and stuff like that. So that's why I have this.
Both Struts, yeah?
Yeah, this one.
And they are, like we can see, it's hydraulically operated.
Yeah, it's also for boats and stuff, but it's all for the heat extinguishers.
Yeah, you mentioned before you heat exchangers and everything that has the potential to roll off, yeah?
Yeah.
So you just keep
I just
keep it together, yeah?
Squeeze them.
The orange color
Yeah.
was actually inspired by the color of the spider crane, yeah?
We bought the Gecko first, and then we ordered this one, but it was not the same in the same time. So that color decides what this should look like.
Have you had any wishes when you were building, speculating the truck?
I'm getting older. My knees is up. So every like of this, you do like this.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Not without. So you have to go like this and find
Everything
something.
comes to you,
Yeah.
rather than you have to come to
Ergonomic Sjöblom edition.
Is there anything, any feature of the truck where you wish it was applied, but for some reason they said no, we can't have it?
I wanted more of this, but it's not good with that kind of crane. It will be weak. Yes, it's not good.
How heavy is the whole truck?
This is 32 tons.
32 tons.
With the jib on
With the
and
jib.
everything inside the truck for me to make it work wherever they want.
Now let's talk about the crane. Is there any special features on this one? Like for example, any difference before you were operating Effer 1000? Now you've got Palfinger 1350 tech.
It's another level.
Is it another level?
This is much more powerful.
What's the capacity? You can see the duty chart here.
Yeah.
Maximum lifting capacity, nearly 22 tons.
I had a Effer 1000 before, and this one lifts 6 tons more than that crane.
6 tons more, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a hefty difference, yeah?
So we need that power. I want a 1650.
1650.
But I think the limit is, this is the absolute limit. 1650, then it's not, we have to work at night when the cops is
under the radar.
asleep. Yes.
Because we've seen one of the trucks over there in the line. They've got 1650, but previous version, Tech 7, yeah?
Yeah.
So they're on the nighttime work.
But it's a shorter truck and it's fifth wheel and stuff, and there will be a trailer on that one.
So it's allowed?
Yeah. But it's very, very narrow.
What do you more prefer to operate? Is it more fun to operate Jekyll crane or this one? Depends on situation.
Yeah, it depends, because that Jekyll crane is unbelievable in small areas. It's totally crazy. You can do almost everything. And this crane is like Mr. Muscle.
That's a big advancement. We've seen they released the 880 tech, which is in the top of the yard. And I've noticed the Palfinger sign is lit up.
Yeah.
Can you do the same?
No.
No.
And it's bothering me.
It bothers you now because
Like
someone's
hell.
got more flashing.
Yeah. So I have to fix that immediately.
Is it possible to connect it?
No, I just have to do it. Maybe I have to turn a flashlight behind it and let it and change batteries.
It looks cool, yeah? On that 880.
Very. When we ordered this truck, I only knew remote control P7, and it's quite big. It's like a TV. And then you have the P6.
Yeah.
But the pedals is very tiny.
Yes.
And I have fingers like this.
Yeah.
With gloves on, they are big as hell.
So
I said, I don't know what to do. But have you tried the joystick? No. And we were at Bauma, and I had a couple of beers in my body.
And that's disturbed a bit of thinking, yeah?
Yeah, so I tried the joystick, and it felt really nice, and I said, yes, go for it, we take a joystick. And then the truck arrived, and I started to work with it, and in about 3 months I'm going to psychologically helping in hospital, because I was going down mentally. It was to drive with joysticks. So I called Palfinger Sweden and asked if how much to change to a P6 with manual. And he said, we are proud that you have tried it so far.
Really?
It's waiting for you here. We have it here.
So you went pretty far in their minds.
Yeah. They were really
expecting you earlier.
Yeah, they were really impressed that I could do it so far away, so long time.
So you're on a true pianist category.
I
of the
am a
operator.
true pianist.
Pianist, yeah. Right, so it's good to have because that's how you started originally, yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe when you start and you've been operating for so long.
I'm 15 years inside the head, we're only doing like this, and now you have to do like that, and change to the jib, and no, it's not working.
Walk around Fredrik's truck for long enough and you stop noticing the specifications. Instead, you begin to notice Fredrik's choices. One leg front stabilizer, low-mounted crane, extendable back, storage solutions, bed struts, to name a few. None of these decisions happen by accident. They are the results of thousands of hours behind the controls. And maybe that's where the final piece of the puzzle lays.
What's cool about Bra Barighet and lift and load is like every crane truck is like personalized, custom made to people's own nice dreams, yeah?
Yeah.
When they dream, when they go to sleep, after especially a couple of beers, and they think they want...
This is a product of quite many gin
applications.
Much gin, and here we are.
This is what it looks like when you are
alcoholic,
influenced by the high voltage, high volume liquids.
Yeah. No, you have to be a little bit of a crazy guy or girl. It's a living.
After enough years, the loader crane stops just being another machine. It quietly becomes the extension of who you are. Looking back at these 24 hours, I finally begin to understand what Fredrik meant. People might enter this industry expecting to be another 9-to-5 job, but they stay because every day gives them something different. The satisfaction of solving problems, the friendships built around the shared passion, and eventually, a machine that becomes the extension of who they are. Maybe that's why, after all these years, for a lot of us, it's no longer just a job.
It's a lifestyle.
Right, so let's conclude this nice interview in a wet and windy Halmstad. Next year, the 11th edition of Bra Barighet will happen somewhere else, I believe.
Yeah, we are. It's not 100% finished thinking about that, so maybe it's too early to talk about, but we are having it.
Right. So in the meantime, we have to order better weather and a better timing, so everything just aligns together nicely.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for the crane talk.
Thank you for my good English.
It's perfect because it adds to the flavor of all operators talking in the lifting language. So keep on lifting.
Keep on it.